upside down.
Right, I'll do a normal counting, boys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whee! Episode 4. There we go. Welcome back to the podcast, party people. And Chris has got. We didn't move your thing over.
That's all right.
Okay.
I've got my recliner up.
That's it, yes, the one invisible one. As you may notice, that we haven't got Ricky tonight. Unfortunately, he's
put on weight.
Thanks for stopping by, Dave.
Basically, yeah.
You wouldn't mind sodding off, that would be much appreciated.
He's got coronavirus and he can't make it tonight.
Turns out he's actually just playing netball, so he should be back next week.
All rounders or something. I
He
don't know.
keeps falling over.
But we have a little shrine for Ricky when he was full beardy weirdy.
Our furry friend.
He looked like a wizard.
Upside down, he does look like a goat.
He does look like, but he does look a proper wizard. Dave, how would you describe him, please? How would you describe Ricky from that picture?
Homeless.
No, he's got
here we
suit
go.
on.
Dave's here. Dave's coming in.
Who's that in the
I don't
background?
know. What do you want me to say?
Is that?
What? That's
that
Richard
Richard?
TTS. Yeah.
I'm sure he's a very
Hello,
lovely
Richard.
person.
No, Ricky. I'd say
Rich.
he looks very Amish. He looks like he'd sell you a horse to put to work on your farm.
If you pointed at a plug socket, he'd just have a nervous breakdown.
Yes, 100%. But the thing is, he's actually quite tech advanced. He's quite a tech advanced Amish person, as it turns out. So there we go.
Ricky keeps falling though. Ricky, behave.
Oh, Ricky. No, he's not.
I'm trying to hold him in my pouch like a kangaroo.
Oh, he's not there, is he? But
Yeah.
right, okay. So
He's a menace. Yeah.
no Ricky tonight, so we shall retire him. Just for this evening.
I thought I was going to keep him here for a bit.
Well, no, because the battery life of this iPad isn't great. Let's say it wasn't as advertised.
He's quite well behaved though, isn't he?
Avatar.
Avatar.
Yeah, it wasn't as advertised. But anyway, so we do have a special guest. We've got David here. Hello, say hello, David.
Oh, hello.
So I've known Dave for, I don't know how is it. Everyone does this, don't they? But I've known you for quite a while, haven't I? How would you say?
Yeah, probably
6
4 or 5 years. I reckon
Really?
5 years.
I've known 6. 5, actually, it's 5.
Yeah,
Must be
I think it's
5.
5. Yeah. Too long, basically.
Yeah. So he's experienced me as a Tasmanian devil, just whirlwinding round in a work-based and a personal-based environment.
Dave might be the only person you haven't told your weight loss story to though.
No, let's be honest. Of course
Has
he
he?
has.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yes. I used to go in and he'd have a big brown jacket on. He'd look like a fucking potato.
Like a pheasant shooter.
That is true. That is also very true. Yeah.
I'd like
I've
to
still
see
got
you in that coat just to see how much has disappeared.
Do you know what? Actually, that coat. It was. I bought that coat back in 2016. I bought it to go to New York in. It was a Kangol coat made for big people.
Did you have
And
that
I don't
inside?
mean LL Cool J.
I find it funny that you had to roll the sleeves up inside because they were too long.
Yeah, it did also look like I borrowed my dad's coat if my dad was a giant, basically. That's what it looked like. But that coat, everyone knew me as one customer called me Joe the Coat. I don't know why.
Was it coat he was saying?
Yeah. But I also always wore this coat all the time. But obviously with the weight loss, I'm not sure if you knew, but I used to be 18.5 stone.
No, he's just on
How much do you weigh now, Joe?
Now actually 12.10, but I did get down to 12.4.
Oh, well done. That's
Thank you.
amazing.
Because Joe's had dinner today.
Yeah.
That's what it was, yeah.
Haven't done a dookie.
Correct.
But yeah, so
Congratulations, Joe.
so all that's been happening. So what was I on about? I can't remember where I was now. What was I talking about now?
This isn't Tesco.
No, this isn't Tesco's.
You was talking about how long we've known each
Yeah, cool. So my brain's gone flat. So yeah, it's just a weird one. And motor trade, obviously that's how we met each other and we stayed in touch since, even though we haven't always crossed paths like, a lot. We stayed in touch in that. And obviously Chris recently met Dave when we went to a track day.
I met before that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, long before that. I don't know when, but I know it was a while before that.
Yeah, but we
seen
had
a few times at work, yeah.
we had an epic track day.
The track day was cool, wasn't it?
And that was
And
full
we
of
only drove at
stories.
30 miles an hour because we didn't want to get flashed by cameras.
Yes, I know. Can we tell that story? The story of the borrowed car.
Oh dear. Yeah, I suppose.
Without naming names.
So right, okay, being as nondescript as possible. we all went on this track day. It was a sponsored track day. It was really, really good. Bring your own car, just hoon around, everything paid for. It was the best thing in the world. We had a blast. I took my car, Chris took his car. David, however, people refer to as David like in trouble. David, however, borrowed a car, which turned out to be a Lamborghini Gallardo Spider, just to be a flash person.
It just sort of happened, really. But yeah.
I found it.
Yeah, it's like GTA.
It was good fun. It was good
I
fun.
pressed triangle and got in.
Until we got to lunchtime, and then Chris said, "How much is the tax on that car?" I was like, "I got a fucking clue, Chris." He goes, "Hold on, let me check for you." He goes, "Oh, it's 470 quid, and it's not taxed." Oh, okay. And your MOT ran out last month. Oh, fucking brilliant! This is going to be an interesting drive home.
Oh no.
So yeah.
And actually, what made me laugh is this car, because I was in track days, not sure you've ever done them before, but you have to pass like a sound reading test.
Yeah.
That is achievable for pretty much any car other than a Lamborghini Gallardo that's pretty much been straight piped. Yeah, spitting flames.
Leave it on idle to get for a sound test.
Yeah, and that was funny. You had to be no louder than 108 decibels, which even I would struggle to pass. But anyway, so the Lambo got on it, and what was it coming in at? It's coming so stupid.
119, yeah. Yeah, it was quite a lot over, to be fair.
No.
And then when my other mate Chris came back and said, "Oh, we can't go on the track because it's too noisy," I was like, "What? We've just driven 2.5 hours to get here and borrowed a proper fancy car
Without tax.
with no tax for MOT. Like, we ain't not going on for a stupid noise test. Give me that key. Let me go around there and talk to the bloke." Without boring you to death, we redid the test. It failed a second time, and then we redid the test at pretty much not more than tick over, and yeah, we managed to talk our way onto the track.
I think you could probably talk yourself into anything, to be honest, Dave.
So
he's got that silver tongue. He's a silver tongue devil. This one.
So we got the big green tick put on the windscreen and didn't expect to get much more than a couple of free laps in, but we had the car all day, so it was a good crack.
But to add to that, right, when we all turned up, we all had to go into this little office, go sign on for the day, and I being behind
Sign on,
Dave.
sign on the job centre.
Yeah, I know, with the JSA. But we literally went to sign on. Dave's gone up first, he's filling his form, and they've said, "Oh, sorry, your driving licence is out of date.
It's expired."
It's expired." So he's turned up in a car, there's no tax, no MOT, that couldn't be used on the track, and it didn't even...
Everything that could have gone wrong.
His driving licence is expired.
I still got on though, didn't I?
Yeah, it's
Do you know
true.
what's funny though?
That's to your credit, that is. I'll tell
After we
you.
did the warm-up laps, you know,
Nothing's a problem, it's just how you tackle a solution, that's all.
Yeah.
tackle or wriggle yourself out of.
Whatever, as long as you get there.
We did the warm-up laps on the 200 circuit, and I think it was that guy with the black S3. He said, "There's two blokes in the Lambo. Why are they driving like nuns?"
Yeah, just let to drive it back and give it back like nothing had really ever happened to it. And
Oh no.
yeah, tyres and brakes I think are expensive. So so there you go, it's all lovely.
Oh no.
It's
That is
really
pretty
comfortable at 30, isn't it?
Yeah, sounds great. Sounds like we're going a lot faster.
I can't believe how good the fuel consumption is.
Oh no. But we've also tonight got a bit of like we keep looking at, we've got like a bit of a football companion thing going on. So we're watching Portsmouth and Arsenal Cup game, isn't it? We said, didn't we?
Yeah.
So and Chris is a gooner. So yeah, he's a big Arsenal fan. But that's why I quite like watching these games with Chris, because I'm not a massive football fan, but I like to watch a grown man get really upset. I know you use grown loosely. So we're keeping an eye on this 0-0 at the moment, 42 minutes in, but I'm not being a football commentator because I suck at that. I can barely see the names on their shirts, so maybe not go there. But yeah, so we've just all recovered from, we're still on the road to recovery from March 1st, new plate month. Well, you weren't even there for
I've
it.
been there on the bus.
How did you manage to swing that then?
My Sunday off. And I'm off on Mondays.
So he's basically
My first of March has been really
like
good,
a
to be honest.
part-time salesman.
Yeah.
You
My
actually
first of
picked
March has been
Monday
really good. I went
as
to
their day off
Westfield
as a
and
professional salesman.
I didn't pick it. I used to have Thursdays off.
Monday was assigned to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was booked a day off slot.
So yeah. But it's weird that, so you managed to skip all the chaos that we all had to sort of put up with and do.
Was there any dramas?
Loads.
To be fair, I would have just...
Loads.
Loads.
I was
would've just
expecting
been
you
getting
to
in the
come
way.
up with a couple then, but loads.
No. There's like literally, there's a lot going on at the moment. Probably best for off camera, but it's just hard work at the moment. That's for sure.
I once had a March 1st handover, and phoned the couple up the day before and said, right, okay, everything's set to go. Do you want to do 10 o'clock or 10:30? Got loads of handovers to do. You're going to need to turn up on time. So they have this conversation in the background, and she says, "Oh yeah, 10:30, brilliant. Okay. Well, your car's sitting outside. It looks lovely in the black." And the old man goes, "Black? We ordered silver." I was like, "No. You ordered black." And he goes, "No. We definitely ordered silver." So I'm shuffling through the paperwork whilst on the phone.
When you say shuffling, not frantically.
Yeah, trying to find something with his signature on that says black next to it, right? So,
Oh, sorry, my mistake. The silver one's at the body shop.
oh dear. And in the background, I can hear him going, "Mildred." He said our car's black. Anyway, it turns out the old girl can't remember and sided with me and told him that it really was supposed to be black.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah, talk about land on your feet. So he goes, "You and me both know that car was supposed to be silver, but for some reason she thinks it's supposed to be black. So you throw in a set of mats and we'll forget about the whole thing."
No.
I was
So, I mean, you
yeah,
can
we've
talk
got
about
yourself a
anything.
deal. There'll be mats in the car and some
Absolutely
fuel.
anything. Out of a train car that's bolted
I
up in the
managed
cold.
to-
Oh my god.
Perfect
Oh,
handover, all gone up the road, done.
I've seen some proper howlers though, because before I got into sales, I used to work in the service department. And one I can remember was service department for Hyundai, local Hyundai garage. Let's narrow them down a little bit, shall we? Anyway, so March 1st come round. There was a bit of a kook, I won't mention his name, a bit of a quirky fella that worked there. He's a bit like a robot. If you looked at him, he looked like C-3PO from Star Wars. The way he walks and talks, you know. So I watched him do a handover, and he had two handovers, and both these Hyundai i10s were exactly the same colour, but he handed over the wrong car to the wrong customer. Did the same for the second handover when they turned up, because he just let it go, and then that was it. And I think it was 3 days went by when their free insurance had run out. They went to do their own. We're like, this isn't the reg number that we've done. This they had in their paperwork. So we had to get both the customers back at the same time
Swap.
to exchange the cars.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's horrendous. But then I think I've made some big mistakes before.
What is this in life, or are we talking about?
Yeah, metaphorically. Take you down a metaphorical rabbit hole. But no, this was at work. I'll stick to me work failures on the internet. I'll keep the personal ones to myself. But I had this girl that came in and bought a Fiat 500 off me, and this is when we were smashing out Fiat 500. They're really, really popular little cars. And we had these two mint green demos side by side, and they were both 15 plates, and they both had very similar last three characters in the end of the number plate.
Right.
So I've grabbed the key to the car she pointed out, unlocked it for her. Somehow, I don't know what's happened, the keys have got muddled up, and I've ended up, when I'm putting the order on, after propping the car and the deal and the finance up for the more expensive car, I'd actually propped it at the cheaper car's price because I looked at the key tag for the reg number because I was too wasn't thinking to look on the stock list.
Yeah.
Anyway, it came to the handover day, and the car she was picking up was meant to have leather. Well, this other demo that I thought she was buying had cloth. And that was the main feature between the two, and there's a massive price difference. So she turned up at 6:30 on a Monday night, as the only time she could collect, turns up with a fella, parks the part exchange up, we do the paperwork, do everything up. I said, do you know what, we've got lots in your part exchange, leave it where it is, I'll bring the Fiat over to the car, we'll swap it together.
Yeah.
Anyway, drive the car over to her, open the door up, she starts putting boxes in, she goes, Joe, this hasn't got leather, my car's got black leather. I said, no, this is your car, this is the seating. No, it had black leather. And I thought, oh, hold on. And generally have that sort of stomach tensing.
Horrible sinking feeling that something big has gone wrong.
Massive. And there was only one other person in at the moment because everyone's gone home, and that was Gary in Fiat. Who can only be described as a stereotypical 70s salesman. He's like Swiss Tony. Selling a car is like making love to a woman. So anyway, so I've gone running up to him and I said, please, can you just look at the reg numbers and the things? And he went, yep, that's this one, that's that one. I said, which one's got leather? And he obviously pointed to one. So I had to bring her in, give her the news there. She had to take her old car home.
No.
And I'd have to unwind the deal. And we ended up having to do the more expensive car at a loss to make it go away.
No.
All because you looked at a set of keys.
All because I looked at a set of keys because I was in a rush.
One of
So-
them less haste, more speed stores.
yeah. I still...
That's not what happened on Saturday though.
Hmm?
Customer waiting round, so we go, oh, can you take this lady out for a test drive and then send her out in the wrong car?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh god, it's all fun and games stuff like that, isn't it? It's just a nightmare. But I think we've all had howlers.
Yeah.
I think my first biggest one I had when I first got into selling cars was I had a taxi driver that bought my dad's Titanium X automatic thing. Anyway, I did the handover and I forgot to get the car paid out. Just
No, I should do that.
so three weeks went by and Pete's gone, oh Joe, there's 10 grand missing.
Sure, it was here a minute
Wow.
ago. Hold on.
Anyway, so I realised I still had the paperwork in my drawer. I'd not got it
Oh dear.
paid out, so
So
I
did
had
you quickly get it paid out?
yeah, it was the quickest
What,
pay in
and
history.
then old matey's not paid a payment for like
No, it was alright. Yeah.
He's just been cruising about for 3 weeks for nothing.
Strange. A taxi as well.
Oh no, that could have gone south really quickly.
Mm.
That could have gone south really quickly. You must have seen some other stuff on your rounds though. Because obviously what Dave does is it used to be a car salesman, so he used to be one of us. But he
One of us
elevated,
simpletons.
Managed to get out.
he managed to elevate himself out to the wonderful world of
I'm not
finance.
sure if I've elevated myself out. I've escaped.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Climbed under the wire with me
I was just saying,
cutters.
climbed out the pit and into the gutter.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there's been plenty of stories. Plenty of stories, yeah.
You got any you can share live on the internet?
Oh, now the pressure's on. The second I walk out, I'll be like, oh yeah, and I didn't mention that, and I could have said this.
But hang on a minute, I've just thrown everyone else I've still talked to under a bus on the live on the internet. Like tells all these stories that he shouldn't say, and then as he leaves goes, actually there's loads I could have told about.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. But yeah, there's been a few, isn't there? I do like a good mistake. I like a good mistake happening to other people. Which is why we like Ian.
Yeah, oh, don't.
Mm.
In
Wow.
fact, I remember ordering a car, and this is another one, ordering a car for a customer. She wanted a black Astra, ordered it, waited for it to come through. It took ages for it to come through. Anyway, turns up, it's all been validated, it's parked out the front, looking lovely. Stuck my head out the door and I thought, yeah, that looks good. Right, let me just go and get the tax, put that in the window. Customer's coming to pick it up. I've gone out there, literally, the interior is as blue as you've ever seen. Like the brightest blue, dashboards blue, door cards, seats, everything.
Oh god.
It's like there's been a bomb gone off in blue. So I've gone back in and I've said, whoa, what's happened? Like you've just ordered a car with a blue interior. And what we didn't realise was the only car that was left in stock was with a blue interior, and that's why it was left in stock.
Oh,
because no
no.
one wanted it.
Oh,
And we weren't
how blue are
sharp
we
enough.
talking?
Like,
Papa Smurf or
yeah, but everywhere
Oh.
inside.
Oh,
So I've said to my mate, like, what am I going to do? The thing's taxed, registered. There ain't no getting out of this. I'm going to have to come clean.
yeah.
He went, no. Just roll with
Sharpie.
it. Like, all Astras are blue inside. I was like, are you for real? Like, we would never sell any if they all look like that. He was like, no, just go with it. I was like, okay, I'm just going to front it out. Lady turns up, showed her around the car. I was like, right, these are the controls, this is this. She goes, oh, it's brilliant, Dave, thanks very much. Don't forget, I'll send back that questionnaire. Brilliant. Off she drove. Never heard another thing from her. So somewhere out there is a black Astra with a bright blue interior.
And the thing is, I know the interior you're talking about because I had on the last episode we were talking about first cars, and that Corsa I had
Corsa,
was
yeah.
bright blue
Oh,
interior,
okay.
and it was like, oh my god.
oh my god.
You needed sunglasses to see it.
Yeah, proper Larry cars though. I can't handle that, and there's some weird. But this, what makes me laugh is what people, the taste in people's cars and what they like, what they think's nice. I mean, look, everyone's got a different. What I like. I mean, I drive a bright orange car. That's not everyone's cup of tea. But do you know what I mean? But it's amazing how people, when they spec their cars and what they order, it's insane.
Some people just button mash, don't they?
Do you think? I mean,
Yeah.
Audi's the worst one. So I'm pointing at you because you have one. But like Audi's, when you spec an Audi, there is some like horrendous bits, and you could pay thousands or 16 grand for a styling pack that makes your Audi A4 look like a tomato.
Yeah. I'm not going to sit here slacking off Audi because someone will come back down the line and bite me on the
That's
arse.
true. Dave, paid promotion going on. I see Dave. I see he's a rep. He's a rep. Is it? Well, hang on a minute. Just come back to the football. Is it half time now?
Yeah,
And the scores on the doors are
1-0.
I'm glad you've been
Arsenal.
paying attention because
Hey.
I've not.
Socrates bangs in, bang from a corner.
Well, I've not seen any of that.
too busy changing.
Yeah, basically.
I'm tuned into both. I'm quite impressed. I'm using my profiterole vision to kind of
Your profiterole.
profiterole vision. Yeah,
What's the fit roll? Fit old. Oh, yeah.
Peripheral.
That's the one. Yeah.
profiterole.
You make
vision.
her funny. Yeah, so there's been some. Actually, I don't think it's on my mind today. With some more embarrassing things that I've witnessed.
Why are you looking at you? The second you
No,
said
but there's. Oh,
Good
there's
question actually. Oh, is this something I'm missing?
no, because we've seen lots happen
Oh,
with customers and stuff and funny stuff.
yeah.
You know.
I remember Ian sitting there doing a handover. Literally, all the paperwork's done. He's taken the final balance. He goes on to the Gov website to tax it. Literally, last thing he's done, and then it says you are unable to tax this vehicle because it doesn't have an MOT. And I knew the moment he realised because I was watching him staring at his computer, and all of a sudden, sorry, 2 seconds. Let me just go and speak to my manager. I think there's a problem with the Gov website. No, there's a problem with the idiot operating it. Like,
Oh.
right.
it's, he goes, Peter, we've got a problem. Pete went, we or you? He went, well, I've got a problem. Pete went, well, that makes a change, doesn't it? What have you done? I've got the car MOT.
He's done so
Yeah.
many. So he's King Goof. He is King Goof.
There's the one I'll never forget, the little brown Fiesta. Do you remember we gave the customer the PDF printout and it said it had done 17,000 miles? I ended up doing the handover for it and I go, oh, there you go, it's done 31,000 miles, I've got it on display there. No, it's done 17. Ian's argument, no, it said 17 on the PDF. No, the mileage on the car's wrong. I was like, oh god, here we go. Then it didn't have Bluetooth.
Oh.
And it didn't have.
can of worms.
Oh yeah, all sorts.
But what I love about Ian is it's always someone else's fault.
Yeah.
No,
Doesn't matter.
Oh, but the thing
That
is,
really
I
lovable
didn't
trait
upload
that
the.
fucking presses my buttons every time.
Oh, bless him.
Can't stand people that don't take
I didn't do the
responsibility.
PDF. Like
Oh,
that.
I love it.
Like that matters.
Oh, I love it. I can't sit and wail on him because I love him. We're going to have him on. If it's not next week, it's the week after. And we can talk about the
I bet
ghost
you'll
with
be
him.
all really nice to him as well, like you are to me. And the second I'm out of here, you'll be like, next week when.
Do you know the thing I love about Ian though? He's got such a strong chin. You can just say what you want to him, and he just sits there and he's like,
Just soaks it up.
just takes it.
I've got
It's-
videos of him going into a trance in between customers. And he just looks at the ground, he stares down at the ground, and his face doesn't know expression,
Sorry, mate.
and he just stares at the ground. It's like if he held that face long enough in a hospital, they'd unplug him.
It's like, you know the videos where the screen goes black and white and it's like, hello darkness, smile.
Yeah.
I'd love to put that background in with just any clip of Ian's day.
Oh, I know, he's a walking meme. Right, UFC. I absolutely love UFC. I've got massively into cage fighting in terms of watching it. Obviously not competing myself because I've got too much of a beautiful face. But I'm all over this at the moment. I can't get enough of it. Cage fighting, boxing. Boxing I've always loved anyway, but UFC I'm going mad for. And I don't think it's really as big as it should be in the UK, as it needs to be. As the level of the fighters and the performance and the people that compete in it are just amazing.
If there's a hyped up fight on, I'll watch it. But it's the same with boxing for me, really. I don't really go out of my way to watch it. If there's something everyone's talking about, I'll just kind of tune in to see what it's all about. But I don't really like.
I could watch pretty much any boxing and get right into it. Doesn't necessarily have to be like a
Two blokes outside a pub.
big name fighter, but UFC's, I don't know, just don't have the same.
Really? I think you haven't watched the right fights. I think if you watch the right fights, there's some amazing ones. I mean, Conor McGregor's a massive one everyone keeps going on about, but bigger than that, going back to like Nate Diaz and other people, it's just, even Masvidal now in the light heavies, or not light heavies, he's welterweight or something like that. Anyway, I'm still learning the weight classes, obviously. But he's just amazing, so yeah, definitely worthwhile watching, that's for sure. But even just boxing at the moment, my childhood memories, some of my fondest childhood memories were staying up late with my brother when he ordered Sky Box Office, Lennox Lewis versus Mike Tyson. And the Lennox Lewis, Lennox Lewis knocked him out in the first round, didn't he? And I think we stayed up. It was at midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning. We watched all the shit fights leading up to it, and they were shit as well. And then the fight was over just like that, and I was like, wow. And obviously, growing up, because I was so young, I didn't really get to see Mike Tyson in his prime. Obviously, I've seen the highlights now, looking back, and he's an absolute beast, he's an animal, isn't he?
Yeah.
But I sort of saw him at the end of the tail end of his career, when he sort of generally got 1 foot in the sport, 1 foot out, and you're sort of. I think in competitive sports, when it gets like that, you're best off just going, isn't you?
Yeah.
Any doubts you want to fight, you don't step in the ring, because the other geezer hasn't, basically. You know, it's mad, isn't it? But then I haven't really, again, Toby, my brother, used to always take me to football games. I've been to football, but that's for the job. But I haven't watched any football in a long time. I used to go to up to Park all the time, watch home games, West Ham. But
I think if you was a fighter, you could start your own weight class, because you've got like the welterweights, you've got the lightweights, you've got the heavyweights. You could enter the lost a load of weights.
How long have you been thinking that up?
About 45 seconds now.
Lost a load.
I was waiting for the right moment.
yeah, I used to be.
Did you know?
Oh, mate, if that was the case, would I be heavyweight champion of the world, or would I be? No, I'd be lightweight. What would I be?
I don't know.
What's more important is what would you come out wearing? Would you be wearing the big hat or? I don't know.
See,
Well, you could come out in your big old brown coat.
oh my god, that's the best idea ever. How do you make this happen?
Oh,
That's the
like
thing, it'd
boxing.
be so big
Oh,
now, you
no.
could just have like just your shorts
Oh, come
underneath
on.
it.
Mate, I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Would you not do it? You could just
I'm
wear
definitely
contact
not a lover.
lenses just for that day.
But that's the thing, contact lenses, I love that. Worrying about getting punched, well, not worrying about getting punched in the face. I'm worrying about the contact lenses I'm wearing. Honestly, that's what I like.
I just got this beautiful image. You're literally going out in the ring
I
with
was
some
trying to
bloke.
save your business, to be fair. It was my first fault.
Jeez, I was getting punched in the head, you're saying. Thank you, mate.
You end up dropped on the floor. This bloke's climbing on top of you, trying to pin you down, and you're just like on the canvas, like
Looks like I'm tapping
nobody
out.
move.
Yeah.
What's
But he's
Joe
not trying to
doing?
hit me, mate. I've dropped my glass on the floor, right?
Excuse
Yeah,
me,
give
you
me
trying
a
to create
chance.
your static or something?
I've got beef
I'm
with
gonna
my
fuck
contacts.
your
Get off.
Old pair of cheap nylon
Oh
gloves.
no.
It's on a zapping.
Oh no. But oh my god,
I
what's
could
this?
see you doing that.
What?
White collar boxing.
Why?
I could. I'd fucking push myself laughing watching you in that ring. I would.
Why? Well, I'd be dominating. I would.
No, I reckon you would not.
I'd be dominating. I'll do whatever it takes to win.
You've got to come up with a tactic though. You've got to be like, oh, careful, make sure he's undone. Bang.
Yeah. Favourite one's, what's your name? And they look at you like, what? Bang! Even that, they should look confused and punch me in the end, I don't know.
Not even a punch in the head, just a backhand.
Yeah.
Just to
Silly fucker didn't know
stop
I am.
balance.
Puts me in my arse. Yeah, I don't know.
They're all missing a trick here though. They come out looking all serious, dressing gowns on and all this. Why don't they just come out and just...
Dressing gowns, all up fluffy.
Yeah, you
from
know what I
Batman.
mean, yeah. like they've been on a spa day or something.
Yeah, I know.
Well, with the
Yeah.
one with the
probably.
little flip flops
Yeah.
that you get free at the spa.
Yeah.
Coming
Why don't they
in.
just come out
Hilton.
with a ridiculous outfit?
Hilton.
Like a unicorn onesie or something. The bloke on the other side is just going to be pissing himself laughing. You're going to be with every chance in the world. It'll be
Right,
great.
there is, to go to it, there's, I can't remember the name of the fighter, there's a guy, he's not in UFC, there's another competitive fighting, whatever, promotion team, and this guy, he's the best weigh-ins in the world. He'll literally, like, the other guy will be really serious, and he'll be really serious, but he'll order pizza, and the pizza man will walk up behind him and go, thank you for give the guy a tip, and he'll get the pizza, start eating it in front of the guy on weigh-in, and then pass it to him, go, you want some? And the guy stops being hard and they start eating pizza together. He does all kinds of stuff like that, or gives him a kiss on the face and stuff like that. Oh, it's just really funny stuff. I think you've got to be light-hearted in this sport. I don't think, because most people wouldn't expect it. Everyone's just trash talking, talking smack, and
Oh yeah, that's the bit in boxing that really just presses my buttons. I can't watch that.
it's too much.
Yeah.
I think there is trash talk. If you've genuinely got a problem and that's it, use trash talking to have trouble, but I don't think it's necessary.
No, it's all built up, intentionally built up. And I don't know if it's just me, but I just sit there watching it, cringing, just thinking, can't we just get on with it? Because this is just all over.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, you can say what you want, mate, yeah. You're laughing in Big Brother House, they can say what you want. But yeah, so it's never got round that, and I'm sort of a bit like Chris Eubank was never.
Chris Eubank.
You can't use your EU,
No, I've already used it once.
You've used it once.
So.
Might have any viewers, I don't know. You want to tell Dave? Go on, tell Dave.
Well, now Brexit's happened, it's all out of the way. It's just Chris Bank now, isn't it? The EU's a bit irrelevant to us, so.
Oh no, that's pretty horrendous.
Cheese, full on cheese. Wensleydale, that is, mate.
That's what Chris is best for, though.
Mild cathedral city.
Yeah, mild.
Yeah, that was a palate cleanser. You wait till what else is coming. You know what else is coming. Well, I'll tell you what I want to do. I want to do a quick toilet break because I'm like busting. I thought I did my little checklist
Thanks.
and didn't go. So we'll have a little quick break while half time's still on, and we'll be right back and we'll get some drinks.
It's only going to be on for a couple of minutes.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, we're still talking.
No, half time. They had a 15-minute break at half time,
Oh,
didn't
I
they?
see,
There's probably
right.
only a couple of minutes left.
Right, we'll be right back.
Yeah, don't go and get
Don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Right, folks, we're back.
With capital B.
We're back with a capital V. We had a technical difficulty with the old football, but we're sorted now. We've got refreshments, we're all sorted. Dave's demolished all the crisps, so we're winning.
Thanks, Dave. I'm starving.
Yeah,
no problem.
he's sharing's caring, son. But we're back and sorted.
Trying to be so PC.
Well, I know.
I so had something already lined up
I
on
know.
my lips then, just to give you another little dig back, and I thought, no, just
Do it.
shut up.
Do it.
No, no.
Dave's being the bigger man.
He's been a bit, well, he has to be now.
Probably
Now,
'cause
now
of all
that
crisps.
I was going to say, yeah.
Now you've lost all that weight.
Now I lost all that weight. What? You have to take my joke. Why? It's my gag. It's copyrighted, son.
Comedically predictable. That's what you are.
Right,
That's made up
okay.
a phrase.
Oh, very good. Okay, it's probably one of the nicest things I've ever been called. But there we go. So go on, David, it's a bit of a story. We started talking off camera, and I felt like it's maybe too good to miss. So I don't know.
Oh, I won't go that far.
Okay, just talk, mate. Just talk. Just tell me the story, son.
All I was going to say was that your last weekend, I just get a random phone call. Can't remember what I was doing, but it was something weekend based. My mind was so far away from work.
Something.
And I get a random phone call. Oh, it's Joe ringing me. Let me get that. Answer the phone. All right, Dave. I need you to do me a quote. Okay, well, fucking pruning the bushes in the garden or something equally as exciting. Let me just drop everything in my life, Joe, because you've just phoned me. And as it happened, iPad weren't far away, and I'm sitting there. Nobody else in the world can phone you and just get you to drop everything you're doing.
Joe's
sit
really good
there,
at it.
get you to do a PCP quote all of a sudden within 5 minutes.
Oh no.
Did they
What would
do?
the payments be if they only did
Listen,
£8,000?
I can't help but feel that you just docked me buying a new car, Dave. So you just docked me buying a new car. But anyway, it's all good. But anyway, I'm terrible for it anyway. I do it all the time. I demand that of everyone.
You do. But the deals do come to fruition. So like, you can't knock it, can you? Do you know what I mean? If it was a load of quotes and fuck all business, probably just keep the ringtone. But
I'm one of Dave's best customers. I buy too many cars.
yeah.
But it's. I remember you dropped it with my ex as well.
Oh, that wasn't that about a caravan?
Yes.
A caravan?
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
I know. I'm not a caravan. Well, Dave does all my. Dave finances all my
Excuse me,
cars.
what's the current rate of my Galaxy?
So.
Did you know?
So every time I want to buy a car, I go to Dave. Dave does all my funding. So you ever see all these YouTubers with flash cars? They all have someone like Dave, and basically they have Ferraris and Lamborghinis. Unfortunately, I'm not that rich. But every time I want to finance a Kia Sportage, he's my man. And at that point, I just wanted to get a new car and I wanted a four-wheel drive, and I just got what I could afford. And at the time, it was a Sportage GT line.
Didn't matter that it was the most awful thing that you've ever driven.
Yeah, it was. It turned out well. Put it this way,
Joe doesn't test drive cars.
I did. Yeah, this one wasn't a nice one, so I got rid of it. But
You had that one quite a while. You had it a couple of months, didn't you?
yeah.
Oh, as long as that.
But
Dave, I know it just says paid out, but what's my settlement? Fucking hell, have you even made a payment, Joe? Let me see if I can explain this
I'll
to the
get
powers
bored.
that be.
I'll get bored too quickly. That is the fact of it all.
There you go. So you know
But-
how the sat nav works. You know the Bluetooth works. Any other questions? Yeah. What? How much will you give me for my car?
That is so true, though. That is so true. What's my car worth? But he's Dave does arrange all my finance, but with the Sportage, I had to sell it to my ex-partner at the time, and I was like, well, it's fine because we'll have it. And I said to her, I'd said about basically, we needed to do something I wanted to go away with the boys and do a bit more with them or something like that. I hadn't gone into too much detail, and basically Dave dropped the bombshell.
I swear you said something about you were thinking about getting a
I
caravan.
was, but it was meant to be sort of like a secret sort of... Secret squirrel. I was going to get a car,
I didn't know that.
get a caravan and take, obviously, us away. And then Dave's gone, anyway, come into my living room to sign me up. Oh, I bet you're looking to go in caravanning now, aren't you? And she's like, what?
Caravanning, you say?
Oh,
This
no.
is the first I've heard of it. You know when you get that really awkward look across the front room that you're a stranger in, and you know that if you could just rewound and put all the words back into your mouth, everything would be okay.
You could just make her out in the other corner of the room going...
Yeah, oh no.
So we quickly moved on, and the subject got changed. And before I could escape, she's gone. Then, so this caravan, and you're like, oh no, she's gone again. She's brought it up again.
Yeah. And you can imagine, Dave. You probably thought as you walked back to the car, well, I'm glad I'm not there.
Yeah,
I'm glad I'm not Joe.
Shut the door and just wait for it all to go off.
Yeah, it's like a bomb. More action than Gaza Strip. But yeah, it did explode. But yeah, so he has a habit of doxing me quite a lot. But I do like changing cars. And
But Joe doesn't do anything. Joe's not interested in anything that anybody else does unless Joe does it. If Joe does it, then it's perfectly fine. But if you go off and do something that's not in Joe world, oh, that's a load of shit.
I'd love to spend a day in Joe World. It just seems like this lovely little fluffy bubble.
It is. It's all very simple and lovely, and
I'm a simple man. What can I say?
We know.
I'm a simple man, and those that know me well enough will know this. I'm very simple. But it's true though. I think that mainly for Dave, because his pride and joy is here we go, is a lovely sort of import looking Datsun Cherry family home. Family home that's got chrome bumpers, and the reason I know it's got chrome bumpers is the fact that other than seeing the van for myself, I remember Dave taking great delight after asking what he was doing at the weekend, telling me that he's going to get his bumpers chromed for his camper
You
van.
asked, and I told you the honest answer. It wasn't like,
No, listen.
I wasn't there polishing them myself.
Oh yeah.
Fucking place I won't do it.
So he literally, the excitement in his voice, he was literally quivering with excitement
Yeah, I was, yeah.
to get his bumpers chromed in his shag van.
Passion wagon.
Yeah. No,
Don't
not
know what you're missing out on, mate.
Oh, I think I do.
Turns out it's like a Subaru Brat with an air mattress in the back.
It looks like that.
Does it really?
Yeah. It's got the headlights from Brum, the old car Brum, right, with a chrome grille that looks like it should have a Subaru badge, but it doesn't have like a Oldsmobile symbol on it, sort of looking thing, and it's beige and chrome.
Oh,
So it basically looks. So basically,
it's
it's
white.
lovely.
it's not. It's beige and chrome. So it looks like a hearing aid with wheels.
Hearing aid beige, yes.
Such a knob, Joe.
Oh, it does. It does.
It's full of loveliness.
Dave's driving a doctor's waiting room.
Yeah.
It is
The
pretty much
interior is beautiful as well.
It's like a Lego brick.
The interior.
Driving down the road.
It's not. It's like a Duplo brick with rounded edges.
Yeah, there is some curves, but not many.
In the wrong places, folks. Curves in the wrong places, if there is such a thing. But no, the interior is beautiful as well. I sat in it and I instantly fancied a curry.
Such a cock.
That
Yeah.
tissue box on the parcel shelf.
Yeah.
Little
Yeah.
red and gold header pattern.
And you like the wooden balls over the driver's seat to give you a massage.
Yeah.
Oh.
Gloves left on top.
Yeah, that's the one. And a straw hat for the sun is driving. So what's it like to drive a mobile phone? A mobile phone?
Have another smoke jar, I'm sure you'll be fine.
Oh no! So what is it like?
Slow,
Very slow.
to say the least.
Oh no.
Let's say that we top out at 70, but it ain't comfortable there. It needs to be 60 at
It's
the
like
very most.
0 to 60, you don't need to stop watching the
No,
calendar.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. But it's not about that. It's about just getting in and chilling out and beers in the fridge.
Eating pork pies on the side of the M25.
Little fold
Waiting
up
for the AA
table.
lorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Have you ever
very
broke down
nice.
it?
several times, but I have managed to fix
Burst
it.
out crying first time I say.
On the side of the road, head in my hands, tears. It seems it's got a water leak. No, they're my tears.
Oh no.
I'm joining in like I actually know the car. I don't even know what it is.
But listen, from our descriptions, you feel like you know it. That's
Yeah,
how
exactly.
powerful our descriptions
So
are.
what is it?
It's a Toyota Hiace, 1979. Imagine like a
Aren't they mid-engine? So basically driving a
Fuck off.
Ferrari.
no,
Sporting characteristics.
yeah, no, just no. But yeah, it's all good. We like it. It's fun. There you go. And the silence says it all.
Do you take a corner?
So Joe, what do you do at the weekends?
I'll tell you in a minute, Dave. After I've finished grilling you.
Oh, please do continue.
So when you go around a corner far too quickly, did you miss your shatty for smashing the crockery? Dave, that's the place.
It's right though, because when it does start to topple over, all the people on the other side just keep going like that.
Yeah. Oh no.
It does proper lean on concrete. Proper lean.
It is mid-engine, though, isn't it?
You sit on top of the engine, but I wouldn't say it was very mid.
In the front.
In the front. Mid as in it's in the middle of the van from one side to the other, but it's at the front.
I can imagine when you lift your chairs forward, because then you have to roll the chairs forward, didn't you, to get to the engine, and the metal hatch
that's
opens up.
it.
A metal hatch like a ship submarine.
Like a boat.
Right, opens up, and you look down at this, I bet, a very oily, dark grey engine.
No,
Is it not? Is it cleaned? Is it chromed?
you're such a cock.
Oh, I'm the envy of my caravan club.
Oh yes.
You have to put coal in it or something.
Yes, it is a steam barrels, yeah.
Oh,
It's
dear.
not either the engine.
Sounds like Starship Enterprise. Pucker, love it. What is going on here? Is it 2-0?
2-0. Yeah, it has been for a while now.
I know,
Joe.
but like, what's going on? No more bees.
Bit of a scramble in the penalty area. Eddie Nketiah has just knocked a second goal in, so we're 2-0 up.
Beautiful. I think you've got this in the bag, wouldn't you say? I'd really like Portsmouth to come back 3
It
goals.
is Arsenal,
Yeah,
so
it
I'm
ain't
not
over
sure.
till
It ain't
death.
over until like the 95th minute.
Right, okay.
But we're keeping the ball well in the second half. So, I said I'd twat the night. Just, yeah, what was you saying about Dave's boat?
I wonder, because is it all fiberglass? Could we make it float? What? Your egg van?
Van.
Bit of gorilla tape.
Hold on. Let's just rewind before you start taking the piss out of my now renamed egg van. What about the Screwball Rally? How are you not coming on that?
Because it's in
September.
And so? You've just sat here and told me that March, the bigger month,
You got told to go home early.
you got told to go home early and there was fuck all going
No,
on.
And
no,
I've
that's
been-
not
and
why I
I've
got
been
home.
there
That's
for
not
2
why.
days.
That's not why I'm really busy at work, and I think I was so
Joe,
knackered.
it's all fucking gone wrong. Go home. Is how I interpreted what you just said. So anyway,
Fuck you, Dave. Words hurt, you know. Words hurt. Yeah. But well, I feel. Yeah. Well, I was just knackered. I had no sleep. The reason I'm stumbling over the place, I may or may not have had a couple of beers, and I've literally had no sleep with the boys last night, and I'm absolutely battered. I've dropped my phone as well. Everything's going to pieces. I've never dropped my phone. Ever.
No.
Except for today.
If you want to go and have a lay down, I'll bring you a book and some chocolate.
Only if you read it to me and feed me the chocolate. And sing me songs. Whilst David fans me.
Hymns.
Fans me. It'd be beautiful.
Draw me like one of
And
your
you-
French girls.
And you both must wear togas.
I'm starting to
Something
get
tells me
weirded
you
out.
thought
I
about
feel
this
like I might need to
before.
leave soon.
I want Dave to wear like one of them reef Caesar hats, like a little reef of...
A very short toga for Dave.
Okay.
I've got to make you shout
So you know when you said, Joe, what do you get up to at the weekend?
Yeah.
Right, yeah, so what I got up to, I had, ironically, working, because it's March 1st, so... I
Oh, was it?
Yeah, you wouldn't know.
That's a pretty quiet one, to be honest.
Nice. So, yeah, no, it's alright. It's just busy at work, you know. I had the boys, a good laugh. I'm not sure if you watched the last episode all the way through, but I had an epic time with the boys at Quasar, Laser Quest, whatever it's called.
All right.
And I accidentally headbutted a really pretty mum in the chest whilst also smacking her kid in the head with a laser gun.
the only way to do it.
That sounds like quite an introduction.
Treat him mean, keep him keen.
As you hit the floor, did you go, "Hi, I'm Joe"?
Oh,
You
yeah.
do to everybody.
Light switch Tony as well. Winning laser quest is like making love to a beautiful mother.
You might be Joe, but I've got concussion, she said.
Oh no. But yeah, it was proper embarrassing, and it was really fluffy before that and after that. She just avoided me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's proper awkward, yeah.
Here he comes again with his big glasses on.
And his big round face.
Bumbling towards me.
Looking like Jeremy Spate.
I could just imagine it. Have you seen that video of Boris Johnson rugby tackling the kid by
Yeah.
I could just imagine
It's like
it
that, but with a laser gun.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, that was pretty embarrassing, to be fair. I've had quite
Did
a
you
few...
get a number though, Joe?
No.
Ah,
No.
come on.
And I
Yeah,
wouldn't...
no,
Not
I'm
even for a
annoyed.
personal injury claim.
Yeah, I'm glad you give me your number, because I'm taking it to my lawyer now.
Yeah.
No, I'm just, I'm out of all that. I can't be bothered. I was enjoying my time too much with the boys. So yeah, it's alright. I'm now regretting not getting a number. But there we go. Oh God.
Just turned into a moment of reflection then.
Yeah, I did. I was just, sorry, just
It was all just sort of playing back in your head, wasn't it?
100%.
Where was your? What point was there the opportunity that you didn't take?
We
Was
were
it
not.
as she went,
Avoiding
oh, not that, and hit the
wish.
canvas, and they had to phone the medical team.
Do you know what I wish I'd done? There's a Twitter feed. I can't talk Twitter feed called photos just before unfortunate moments.
Right.
And at Laser Quest, me and her just done as we run past, gone pew pew.
Oh, did you do the noise?
Yeah, and
Pew, pew.
that's the thing, mate. Pew, pew. And it took the photo, and we were both laughing.
Right.
That was the photo before a disastrous event. Because I wish I had that photo, because I'd share it now. Because everyone's smiling. You can see the boys smiling, her kids smiling.
Oh, lovely.
My brother somewhere around there smiling. All of us happy.
She went back home to her husband with a black eye.
I can
What
imagine.
happened to you? I was smashed into this geezer.
I can imagine Toby taking it really seriously though. Like, like rolling on the floor,
No, Toby's
aiming and everything.
Toby is like a non-playing character in a video game. He's like on Fortnite.
He's just
Yeah.
lagging in the corner, running against the wall.
Basically, yeah. And the best thing was, I was greasing him about being really bad at it, and it turned out his pack wasn't even working. So when we at the end of it,
Kick
we-
a man while he's down.
we had all our scores, and he was always 0 for 3 games.
Oh,
But when he's so nice, he doesn't like complaining. So
Is this
sort
your
of-
he's a swell
yeah.
guy.
So he just put up with it and just.
He's a swell guy.
He's a diamond, isn't he? He's a Neil Diamond, mate. He's a Reebok classic, that one. Definitely. But yes, I've had a few embarrassing moments recently, though.
Right.
Yeah, just like funny things like that. Just dodgy, funny things. Like also knocking my knee, getting out of a car, not realising there's a customer behind it, and I might have used a
A profanity.
that is 4 letters and starts with C, ends in T, it's not can't.
I did that. I hurt my right knee at football, and I was getting out the MX-5 demo. Hit my left knee on the door card, as I went to get out. So I'm just kind of like, both legs are just completely shot, and I'm just struggling to walk back to the door. I must have looked absolutely
Oh, no.
mental.
I'll never forget it. I borrowed a Fiat 124 Spider when I had a company car, and I took it when I was 18.5 stone. Alright, and I was wearing the coat as well, the potato coat.
You had a 124 Spider.
Yeah, because I thought I'd be cool, a cool fat kid. I drove it to Tesco's, Tesco Express near to me. Went in, bought some bits. But sorry, before going in to buy the bits, a customer was walking. And listen, a customer that I can't, that if I see, she always pulls me to the side and moans, just will moan.
Really?
But she's lovely, but she'll moan, and she'll moan about the car and stuff to me, which is fine. Or not.
But you didn't headbutt her, did you?
No, but she's just one.
Just for once, let me buy me cakes.
Yeah. But yeah, just not bad, but just like lots of whinge. Now there's nothing really wrong. It's just little things you go, oh, that's annoying, or whatever. So I'm trying to get out of this car. I've put the roof up. She's parked up next to me. She's got out and walking in front of the car, and as she does that, I'm sort of half trying to get out of the car, not realising how big I am.
Yeah.
I basically elbowed the horn half out the car. She's gone. She's jumped. She's literally jumped out of the skin. Like, oh hi, and then bang, she's got me there, isn't she?
That's it. It was your
Oh.
full-on whinge absorption, mate.
Yeah. It's lucky I was going there to buy beers.
Not being tasered.
Yeah, it was. Equally as painful. And the urinating was equally as powerful.
What was that?
Yeah, just full flow. Like, yeah, anyway. But it's all good. It's all
Have you
good.
been tased before?
I've had a few electric shocks, yeah. Might surprise you to tell you.
Same thing, I suppose.
Yeah. They must have seen that. Like,
Joe, don't take the toaster in the bar.
iPad it was actually.
Shut up.
iPad.
Oh,
You dropped an
no.
iPad in the bath.
In the
What,
bath.
plugged in?
It was plugged in temporarily as it then came out.
Oh, right.
So it was like a quick bang. It's like because if the iPad's weighty, it's the old one, weighty. Do you remember you had the old bowl state metal backs? Yeah.
I'm still using my iPad too. I've
Yeah.
still got an iPad
Yeah,
too.
but you can't update them though, can you? You can't put the latest software on. You can't do the latest iOS.
No.
However,
It's,
you
just
just
it's like going back in time. You don't realise how much stuff's.
come
I
out.
literally use it for Netflix and I
and,
sat there. I've
go
sat
on,
there.
what else?
No, just well, sometimes Amazon. Sometimes Amazon. I sat there watching Grand Tour the other day and it
Private
just took,
browsing.
Yeah.
Or you can do what Uncle Joe
In the
does
bath.
and use you do what Uncle Joe does and use him as a submarine in the bath.
What?
I'm playing the battleships with it, wasn't I?
Power shits.
Yeah. Yeah, bad. I think once my dad got electrocuted as well. That's quite. That was before I was born though. I was told about that. He was trying to fix an electric fire, and he hadn't turned the electricity
With
off.
water.
This wood is wet. It will not burn.
Oh, it's trying to dry the bath out.
Oh,
mate,
no.
I've been electrocuted loads of times, shed loads of times. I got electrocuted as a kid and fell out the loft hatch.
Hasn't affected me one bit.
Yeah, I had a twitch for about
I'm
2
fine.
weeks.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
What others? Go on. Other ones, because that's the other thing I do want to talk about.
We were talking about how many times people have been electrocuted.
Yeah.
Well,
Tell me another one. Tell me another one.
The
Tell me
most
another one.
recent time was changing a light in the kitchen because it was really old fashioned and we wanted this new light. And this is the most boring story, but the missus had a ton of shoes in a shoe rack that was in front of the cupboard that had the fuse box in it. And I looked at that and I thought, that's a fucking ton of work moving all of that. I reckon I could just switch the switch off and just be a little bit careful. And she said, be careful while you're up there, I'm just going out to the shops. I'm so glad she wasn't there. Literally, there was a massive bang and all the ceiling went black.
Oh
And she came back and went, what happened? I went, yeah, you know you said about turning the power off. I didn't, and I thought it'd be alright. You were right, it wasn't alright.
It didn't get you though, did it? Like, did it shock you at all?
I think the noise shocked me because I was standing on a box. So, but no, I didn't actually get shocked. Other like with electricity, I got shocked by the massive bang and all the black smoke that followed it. But yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
mate.
So easy tip: it's still live if it's switched off.
Oh, mate. That's terrible, though, isn't it? Oh,
Sorry.
but mate, I mean, to be fair though, I've seen lots of where it all goes wrong, but it's pretty bad. I mean, you've seen the guy that's in Alaska or somewhere cold like that, and he goes for a piss outside, but the fence is electrified.
Oh.
Oh, mate. All you see is I've turned that on actually. All you see is him literally start going for a wee, a bang, a massive blue, and he just falls back. He just stick there and probably gets him. Let's put this on.
So you see that video? There's like two girls mucking about in a field somewhere. This girl puts her hands on the electric fence, falls backwards, turns around as she's falling, face down in a big old cow hat. It's so funny.
Oh god, that's terrible though, isn't it? This is like the worst. This is shaping up to be a pretty terrible game. I don't know.
No, it's alright. I think came up a second ago. Arsenal made 413 passes and Portsmouth made 110.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Where are Arsenal at the moment?
Not that.
Pardon me.
Well, North London, same as before.
No, nice and check. Just check me.
Not me.
Prick. Chris has got a diamond sense of humour. He's amazing.
10th for the Premier League, 9th or 10th for the Premier League.
Oh, that must be a pretty bit of pill to swallow, isn't it? Oh.
Not really.
Is what it is, yeah.
Okay.
I don't play for them. I'd be.
It'd be good if you did though.
Yeah.
They might play better.
But then again, I wouldn't be here tonight for this.
No, it's true. And we'd have to I don't know, it'd just be me and Wiggle sat on the sofa. Just looking fondly. Another thing I want to talk to you about is where you think it's all going back to a serious topic now. Is like with cars and in general, because obviously what you do and funding them and stuff, is where do you think it's going to end up going? Like, because do you remember, like, the one thing I was thinking about today is electric cars not that long ago, like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, you bought the car, and even if you bought the car outright, you still had a monthly payment for the battery rentals and stuff.
Yeah, doesn't look like that anymore, though, is it?
No, it's not like that anymore. But do you remember that on like old Renault Leafs, Nissan Leafs, we used to pay like a battery rental fee and whatever else.
Used to create a lot of confusion.
But how do you think that's going to be? Do you think it's going to change how its cars are funded, or like PCPs with like cars with internal combustion engines, like old primitive petrol diesel engines, as everyone's saying? How that will affect like optional final payments and stuff on cars?
Residual values are going to be completely shot, I think.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, everything's still got a value. Because I mean, the one way I look at it, everything's still got a value. I mean, even though it's still a mode of transport, and I don't think a lot of people have the option to afford to pay to buy an electric car in the current climate until there's a massive shift in technology. But then it seems like everyone's rushing them through to make it like we've got electric cars now, let's have it. But they're so expensive. Even the cheapest ones are still like 35 grand, which is more than your sort of big SUVs that families would probably choose if they really had to spend that kind of money.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But have you seen any differences in what you do now with funding them all?
Don't really see a lot of them, to be fair. I just think the finance world and the motor world is just such a evolving, changing business that it doesn't matter really what comes out of the woodwork. We're always going to find a solution or a way of solving the problem. Do you know what I mean? I just don't think we're ever going to get to a point where, you know, just because of the way that the car is powered, that we're not going to be able to do finance on it or do a PCP.
I don't think we'll ever be without an option.
No. There'll always be a way of doing it. I mean, someone was telling me that the batteries are pretty much knackered within 8 years. Don't know how true that is. You know, not really interested how true that is.
Yeah.
But if that is the case, there'll just be a solution to it. There'll just be a way around it. It ain't going to be like no one's going to have a car and can't finance it anymore.
Yeah.
There's been tons of different issues that have come up in the past, haven't there?
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, what I found interesting, I watched a video going full Anorak on this about Teslas as a rule of thumb. They lose. Look, can't talk. What's wrong with me?
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, they lose 5% battery capacity every year. Because effectively, they still are a lithium-ion battery.
Right.
And the more you charge it, obviously, like all batteries, you wear them out, and they reckon a 5% a year easily. And there's a fella I saw when it's in America that bought one, the highest mileage Tesla, it's the cheapest Tesla in the whole of America. I think it's like 14 grand he paid for it, and it done nearly 200,000 miles.
Wow.
And he bought it just as an experiment to see how it'd be. And he said there's loads of little problems, like door handles intermittently wouldn't work, because they pop out to unlock the car. Loads of little bits and bobs, you know, it's just weird. But
do you think it's going to get to a point where there's too much technology?
yeah,
I know everyone uses that common cliche, oh, it's just more to go wrong, but could there be a bit of truth behind that, do you think?
like Terminator, they'll come for us. A mixture of Christine and Terminator.
Oh no.
A car that comes to kill you that's electrified. So he'll drop an iPad in the bath for you. Hold that. Pay some rings with that, boy. But yeah,
Oh, Joe's in the shower, throws a toaster at you.
yeah.
I've just got flashbacks of Knight Rider now.
You can say just got flashbacks of Joe in the shower.
That was one time, Dave, and I said we didn't have to share the same
Yeah,
hotel
you told
room.
me to never mention it. I'm really sorry.
Oh, there we go. Dave doesn't feel like a real man anymore.
Can't feel a real man anymore.
You did that night. Oh, I make her funny. It's not real, I promise.
I'm starting to wonder.
Yeah, maybe. I choose to forget. Selective memory, I think they call that. Yeah, selective memory. But yeah, I don't know. It's just weird how it's all going. And I found quite early on when I got into car sales, that a lot of finance companies seem to overinflate like sort of final payments because especially Barclays earlier on, because a lot of them said never seem to meet the final payment. There's a lot more negative equity before, but I think maybe final payments got a bit better now. I don't know.
It was just stop buying Fiats.
Yeah, I think a lot of the funders just err on the side of caution, don't they? As a rule of thumb, but then equally they're sort of swayed by the manufacturer. So, you know, if you've got a manufacturer finance company, they're going to be able to shift more cars if the residual value is that much higher.
Yeah.
So they'll have a bit of a squeeze on the funder to sort of go, no, these cars will be coming back at X in 3 years' time, 4 years' time, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I think that's where you probably find a little bit of a shortfall. But, you know, I remember selling smart cars for 99 quid deposit, 99 quid a month.
Really?
And they were coming back in 3 years' time and they weren't worth anything like the residual values, and they were all going to the block. And that's just that particular car. There was loads of different situations where that would be the case, but you know, the customer's always in such a strong position, so when that is the case, it's a guaranteed future value, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hand it back, go again.
Yeah. I mean, what about sort of expensive stuff? I mean, that's one thing that's intrigued me, because when you hear or see these big YouTubers that like TG and Archie Hamilton that you probably haven't seen, but they've got like, obviously Lamborghinis and all that kind of stuff, and they have a fella like you're basically my poor man's version. You're really good at doing it, but I'm your poor customer.
Maybe I need to up my game.
Yeah, step the game up. That's not really nice.
Yeah, that you've got your own throat.
Yeah.
Oh.
More like a tumour, but I'm attached to him.
Basically, if I could up my game, this would be MTV Cribs.
Yeah.
Instead, I'm on YouTube around Joe's house.
Yeah. Don't get better, baby.
Dave, this time next year we'll be millionaires.
Yeah.
No, we really will be. You watch. But like,
I'm saying that because it's early on in the year, so
oh, right,
fine
okay.
that time.
That's true. We don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. But
I'll break the habit of a lifetime.
have you had many sort of like really expensive prestige stuff you've had to sort of get underwritten, get valued, do PCP quotes and stuff? I mean, how does that change compared to like a normal car?
It's all done bespoke, isn't it? So they'll look at that particular car, whatever model it is, whatever value they want to put on it, and then look at that particular customer and just weigh the whole thing up, rather than having a set of residuals. You know, if a car is, I don't know, 2 years old and it's going to do this many miles, you know, it will pop out the system and it will tell it, right, okay, this car will be worth 10 grand in 3 years' time. Whereas that's a whole bespoke package.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's all done on a
Individual basis, mate.
Yeah.
Must be a weird thing though.
It's surprising how much car you can get for the money.
Really?
Yeah. Like you can get some real lumpy stuff with a massive balloon at the end. You know, I know people that are paying what some people are paying for normal cars, and they're driving around in, I don't know, Aston Martins or something like that.
Fucking never told me about that.
I couldn't get you accepted.
Oh no.
Oh, he's a rascal.
Apologies,
He's a rascal, isn't he? But is that like on these interest only, where people just take it out interest only?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. It doesn't say that on the paperwork, but it's effectively how it all rolls, yeah.
You just got to hope you don't put many miles in it and it holds its value to have some sort of...
Yeah, but then the people that go into it knowing full well what it's all about. Do you know what I mean? They're not going in blind. They know full well that literally they are really just paying the interest.
That's insane.
You said about mileage on cars. When you look on prestige used sites, so like Redline Specialist or is it Tom Hartley?
Yeah.
The amount of cars on there, you could look at things that are 2 or 3 years old and they've got half the mileage I'll do in a year.
Yeah.
It sort of makes me think, these people spend all this money on these cars and they get rid of them before they've really enjoyed them. Like, I don't know if it's just me that sees it that way, or do they just buy it as an investment?
But then I think it's a couple of things, because I used to think it's like a maintenance thing, because if you have to pay out for like £600 a tyre and brakes and you have to service it every 2,500 miles and the service is going to cost you 20 grand, then I thought the people buying them kind of cars, they must know, I mean, they're the kind of people that must have the money for service.
Yeah.
And Ferraris now give you free servicing for, is it 7 years or 5 years? Yeah.
Really?
On a Ferrari, yeah. Better than any. If you're thinking about buying a mid-sized hatchback, don't buy a Ferrari. You get free servicing.
Yeah, it's all about the free service.
It's all about
And
free
the scrappage
service.
thing.
Yep.
Scrappage.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? On Ferrari, you can't wear a Ferrari scrappage.
I'm walking at the Ferrari in West London. See, I've got to arrive at Metro in a minute. I'm just wondering about your
people with
scrappage.
scrappage are from Birmingham.
No, he just likes
It's
to.
like a
That's
Ferrari
just
version
the
of
go-to
Peaky
accent.
Blinders.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Go-to accent.
He's his go-to accent all the time, but he's got no bottle.
You've just lost a shed load of followers that are all from
The
Birmingham.
Midlands has just gone boom, grey area. Oh,
It's all
right.
gone out, yeah.
Oh, we liked him up until that point.
I just love the accent.
Yeah,
It's a great accent.
he's like that dude at Police Academy that just does voices and noises.
I do that at work. I asked Richard, I'll be sitting behind Richard at work and I'll just sort of go, wow. And Richard's like, every now and then he has a glance over his shoulder and then he goes, it ain't even worth turning all the way around. I don't know what he's doing.
And Rich is a funny little thing, isn't he? A thing of beauty.
Yeah.
Bless him.
He's someone I definitely love to have on as well.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, he's just, honestly,
We wouldn't
You
be able to
get-
put football on though.
yeah. But you need to get a cut of beers into him, though.
Yeah,
He'd
definitely.
come out, would he?
Oh, when he comes out, he hits it hard.
Do you remember when we
He
got him
hits
out?
it hard.
Yeah.
Does he?
Where did we go? We went to the Bell House and
we
then
went
down
out to
Raven,
Bell House,
didn't we?
yeah, that's in 2018, probably August, September time. All
A
went
quick
out.
drink after work.
It
Oh,
was-
one of them ones.
And
And
it's
we
my
ended
day
up
off.
in the trams doing shots of tequila.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jodie had to come pick him up.
Yeah.
Who did?
His
Jodie,
missus.
his wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jodie.
He doesn't know. Do you not remember? He didn't make the call. He was so nervous. He asked me to call her.
Oh, no.
He said, "If you could, if you could call Jodie and just tell her to get here in about 20 minutes, that'd be great." And I went, okay. I went, and she went, "Richard," and I went, "Jodie, it's Joe." "Oh, hello. Yeah, you're right." She went, "Where's Richard?" I said, "He's here with me in a pub in Rayleigh." And he went, and then.
You just know he had that pain, didn't he?
And then at the end, she went,
Ages.
"Suppose you want to be picking up on?" "Yes, please." She goes, "Okay, I'll be there, whatever." And then
He
she
said 20
turned
minutes
up.
bar.
She turned up. I said, "Richard, Brucey bonus, I'll get you a pint if you can persuade her to come in." And he did. He went out there. He rung her. She wouldn't answer. I think he went out there and walked back in. Right, but she was good as gold. She's lovely, Jodie. I'm probably painting a bad picture. She's lovely. It's just if you had to live with Richard, you would want to
Drink
blow
heavily.
blow your brains out.
He was in. I was. My mate phoned me and he was like, "Oh, do you fancy coming to the pub to watch the rugby?" I was like, "Yeah, all right then." So, 3 o'clock, I'm down the pub. Anyway, rugby comes on. Watching the rugby finishes. But that's it. I've got the flavour now. So now I'm like, right, okay, I'm gonna have a couple of other beers, and then text the missus, "Can you come pick me up?" And my mate, she phones and says, or texts me and says, "I'm outside." Just as my mate puts another pint in my hand, I'm like,
Oh.
now how do we go with this? So I was like, I'm gonna have to down this. He was like, "Why? Just get her to come in." It's like, you know what? That's a good shout. I'm gonna go and get her. Put the pint on the side. Walked outside. She's sitting in the car with the baby. She goes, "I can't come in.
Oh no.
Like the baby's with us." I went, "Well, there's other kids in there. It's fine." So she goes, "No, but I only thought I was coming to pick you up. I've got my slippers on." I went, "That one's going to look at your feet. It's fine." All I'm thinking of is my pint sitting on the side, right? So now I've walked in, 2-year-old in the arms, her walking behind me with her slippers on.
Was she dressed and gowned up as well, was
She
she?
wasn't dressing gowned up, no. We ended up standing there till 7 o'clock. I was like, "Well, as soon as you're here, you might as well crack on and have a few more drinks."
Who's
No.
The band
Dave
started.
could talk himself out.
Dave, yeah, I know. He's
Band started playing, so the baby got down and started dancing at the front. So we didn't even have to look after the baby because the band were looking after her. I was like, "This is a touch."
Oh my god.
Oh
So,
no.
yeah.
Is there
All
any
worked out
situation
well.
you haven't? He should be driving a Jag.
Yes.
He's that guy.
A
isn't he?
Jag.
A Jag. "Oh, I would pay for dinner tonight, but I appear to have left my wallet in the car.
Yeah.
I'll meet you outside. I'll get the engine started."
Dave books a week-long trip, but he stays a night at every hotel
Yes.
in the area just so he can nick all the freebies from different
100%.
hotels.
And his suitcase, he has a spare suitcase.
A bathroom full of tiny little shower gel samples.
Oh,
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
all rowed up on the
Molten brown.
You have a Molten Brown display cabinet.
So many, they're almost blocked into a tiled wall.
What do you do with all them when you nick them, Dave? Well, I put them in the glove box of the Jag.
Yeah, yes. Really percent dickheads. Definitely. What's the crazy situation you've ever talked yourself out of?
And this one time at band camp.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
Dave's going camera shy. It's something he
I'm
doesn't
just
want to
have
say.
to try. Yeah. I was just sitting here thinking which ones are appropriate. But yeah,
There's a fucking moment of silence. Obviously, none of them.
Yeah, there's not many appropriate things. No, I can't think of any, Joe.
All right, okay. Back to you. Back to the team.
Yeah, play BT.
Yeah.
Can you say that? Can you say that?
Yeah. Oh, what's going on with football? Can you make it work?
No, I didn't know if... Yeah,
Make it work. Go on.
Ah, just ignore this bit, yeah.
I promise I'll edit it out. Promise. Promise never to edit this out ever. The football's gone on a dead one. I'd love to see Portsmouth score 3 goals.
Yeah, I know my luck.
Pornhub, Joe.
Ah!
Could have deleted that before we got here.
Oh mate, I was planning on watching you off camera.
Good news, Joe. Romanian ladies in your area are waiting for you.
Good. Invite them round, get them on the podcast.
Come on the podcast. Can you imagine?
Excuse me, you busy at the minute? Have you got half an hour to spare? Oh, no way. Ended up in the 90th minute as well. What's it? Oh, hang about.
What is going on here?
Oh, I literally haven't got a clue.
We've got it, we'll keep it like
Right, then.
we can see the live chat. I love live chats on things. Some of them are amazing. Like some of the live chat. There's some video clips I'm going to show you after this. There's a guy called Roll Patrol. Roll Patrol. He's in Philadelphia. He lives in Philadelphia, America, and he basically calls himself Roll Patrol. And he goes around supermarkets where you've got fresh rolls on display, and people that don't use tongs to get them out, he basically rains down a shower of bastards on them like you've never seen. Yeah, and it is amazing. He goes.
But that's their own roll.
No, but if they put it back.
Oh, that's a different thing.
But there's one guy that picks up
It
two
could be Corona
rolls.
rolls.
Nah.
He picks up 2 rolls. He smells them, puts them back in.
Shut up.
And he sees this,
Oh.
and he proceeds to dress the guy down to do something incredible. I mean, I'm definitely going to show it for you.
See, the thing is, though, where is this in America?
Yes.
Yeah, see, everybody in England, I say everybody, the vast majority of people in England would see that, get equally as frustrated,
And not
say
say
nothing,
yeah.
and just not buy rolls, because they couldn't actually remember which were the 2 rolls that the fella had picked up.
Yeah. I know. It's bad though. I'm trying to combat that at the moment by being a bit more, you know, yeah. Well, do you know what? Actually, this never.
When they do that, you go, God damn!
Oh, hell no!
Hey, y'all! But I'm literally, the best things ever stuck with me, especially Americans. Pete went to America and he was telling us he went to a BMW dealership, right?
Yeah.
And he started looking around the cars, like having a little look. This guy approached him and Pete's just gone, "You what there? So can you tell me a bit how it all works out here?" Because he's retired now, he was our manager at the time. And this guy said, "Sir, are you looking at buying a car today?" And Pete's like, "No, I'm just a tourist. I'm just here on holiday. I'm just wanting to talk to you about it. I'll stop you there. I'm paid on commission on selling cars. If you have questions, Stephanie over there in reception, you ask her. I'm here to sell cars. That's how I earn my money. So unless you want to buy, don't talk to me."
Yeah, so Joe has seen this as inspiration.
Wow.
Everybody else would see that as a pretty harsh response, but Joe's
I
like,
just can't believe this.
oh, if only I could filter customers like this and get straight to the gold.
I can't believe Peter managed to meet Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Sir, I'm paid to sell cars.
Pretty much. But I love that. I love that refreshiness. I mean, yeah. Well, apparently the Arabs call the Brits the most two-faced race on the planet.
Who does?
The Arabs.
Oh, right.
And in general, it's generally known that, and not just them. A lot of places in Europe and America, they see English as two-faced.
Right. Because?
Oh, food's cold. It's horrible, isn't it? Oh, it's not cooked very well. Everything's okay with your meal?
Brilliant.
Lovely, thank you. It's
Never coming here again.
perfect. It's
Right.
perfect. Oh,
However-
snotty cow.
However, I'd like to tell you that you two have clearly not met my 2 friends, Danny and Ian. Actually, Dan, you might know.
Right.
They are. No.
What?
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 Yeah. So he is, and do you know what? And I'll tag Danny this when I put this on Facebook because he will laugh. Him and Ian are the best people at complaining. It's beautiful to watch. It's magnificent.
I got a mate like that. He loves a moan.
But the thing is though, I go out and pretty much 9 times out of 10, I never have a problem when I eat an order. Never. But if I go out with them, I will have a problem, but I don't want to say anything, and they will go, "What? What are you doing?" I'll complain to them, and they'll just do it, and they do it so well. It's just beautiful.
So well that it's not like embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing. No, it's very good. I mean, they're very. I don't know how they do it. It's crazy.
Yeah. See, I've been on dates before in the past, and someone's complained, and
On a
I just
date?
feel like I want the world to swallow up and make it all go away. I'm that typical Brit that just can't complain because I just find it.
You've been on a
cringe.
date and they've complained.
Yeah.
Sorry, this prick's turned up. I was expecting someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah. You look anything like your profile picture.
So what happened? Is it a meal?
Yeah, like the meal or whatever. The meal turns up and it's like, I don't know what's wrong with it. But
And they've complained.
yeah, they
And how does that make you feel?
like I want to fucking hide. Like it's just,
So I went to sit in the bathroom for 40 minutes.
watch Joe on YouTube.
Yeah.
See what he's waffling on about this week.
I know Dave gets. The only time Dave gets to watch our podcast is when he goes for Dookie.
Yeah, because I was trying to work out what I was signing myself
He
up
has a
for.
solid wee.
Yeah.
And I needed to find 10 minutes to be able to watch it without having a 2-year-old jumping all over me. So, yeah, I went and hid in the toilet to watch what you lot all talk about.
I could probably safely say that most blokes probably watches in the toilet. That came out wrong, but you know.
I'm watching in the toilet. I'm just falling in there, but yeah, nice.
Oh, that's what he said. Oh, mate.
Oh,
But yeah, so we keep doing this. I've got
we
this
just
habit.
digress massively.
We've got this habit. We'll get into a conversation that's actually going somewhere meaningful, and then I'll drop a firework and we'll just go that way.
Oh dear.
But it's weird. I don't know how.
So we were sitting there talking about finance earlier. UFC, right? And we're like,
What? Yeah, no. I'm slightly mental, but I just never understood it with the etiquette's complaining as well.
Yeah.
Because there's a way to do it as well, and when you watch someone complain go wrong, that is probably one of the most painful things to watch.
Yeah.
And when you go, no, I'm not getting what I want out of you, get your manager, and then the manager comes over, and then it's just this weird.
But it's not just that; it's all the other people in the restaurant all know you're complaining. Because
Did you really say the hut? The people in the hut, or the people in the hut?
let's not start doing accents.
What are you talking about?
oh God.
Anyway,
I nearly said hotel,
Contain
and then I was
myself.
going to change it to restaurant.
Oh,
But everyone, like if I'm out with the missus and we're sitting there having dinner, everyone sits there and has a conversation about the other people that are around at some point. I'm
yeah.
not saying it's solely about that. So nothing can go on in the restaurant without someone noticing. And if you're sitting there and someone's going, "Oh, my steak's not cooked the way I wanted it," or whatever the complaint is, you know, everyone notices. It's not just a conversation between you and the waitress or waiter or whatever.
Oh, I'll tell you, I can think of the single most painful example of someone complaining, and it's when we had our Christmas do in 18, and we went to that Piccolo's.
Piccolo. I love Piccolo.
And it was great, but
Great restaurant.
we had one member of the team that didn't like his steak, and he sent it back. Must have been a minimum of 6 times.
No,
It was
3
shut
times.
up. Was it really?
No, 4 times it was.
Like,
Sent it
it
back
was
4
It
times.
was loads
Yeah.
of times. I lost count, and I was even drinking.
What was he expecting then if they didn't get it right?
The
four
food,
times?
the steak, I
Or
had the steak.
carbonara, I think. If you can't send it back that many times.
The steak was lovely though. It was really
I
nice.
don't know. I enjoyed my calzone.
Calzone on its own. But I said,
I'm sorry, my folded pizza.
Yeah, but I had steak, and it
Pizza? Calzone.
Yeah.
chili done.
You know much bad education?
No.
Oh, it's so funny. He orders a pizza, literally folds a pizza in half. Go, why don't you just order a calzone? Because it's half the fun. Garcon, a couple of straws, please. He goes, it should look like a lung.
Oh.
Just sitting there staring at this picture, trying to fold it off. So funny.
Oh no! But it's weird though, and that was painful because he kept going, "No, it's not right." And you can see the frustration, the way in his face. And I think he had quite the member of the team complained and had quite a few drinks, so I think he was inebriated slightly, and that was even worse.
The thing is, I haven't got the patience to be that waiter. I would be like, what actually do you want then? Because if after 4 times I can't get it right, what do you want?
Yeah.
Come to the kitchen with me.
Yeah, put his apron on.
Yeah.
Because that was at the time we worked at Miller and Carter as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
Who did?
We can't name his name. We won't name his name.
Yeah.
But he worked at Miller and Carter part time as well.
As what?
As doing his car sales.
As a valet parker.
No, I meant.
Oh, right. So I've just caught me up. No, he worked as a front of house.
Okay.
And he went to
But
steak
not
school.
a chef was where I was going with it. Or
No,
someone
no.
in the
Went to
kitchen
steak
who
school.
might-
He did, because his last gambit on the last complaint, he went, "This is bullshit. I've been to steak school."
Did you say state or skate?
Steak.
A steak school.
Steak school.
Oh, right. Okay.
This is bullshit. I've been to steak school. At that point, I realised I had to leave.
Yeah. At that point, you just want to everyone starts shuffling up down the seats, don't they, to be away from the fucking dickhead that's complaining.
Yeah, it got a bit much, didn't it? I think we'd all finished. We was all waiting to
He was all on dessert.
Yeah, I was halfway at the door. I think at that point I was like, "Mate,
I was sitting there ordering my drinks that I never actually saw because Ian kept finishing.
Ian again, back to strikes again." Where there's a member of the team that left the night early, and their dinner turned up, and Ian ate their dinner and his dinner.
No way.
I've got pictures.
Did he really?
He did.
Oh,
The guy that left, he wasn't feeling well, went, and his dinner came out first. They went, and then everyone went, "Oh, he's gone," and then Ian went,
Oh, I heard that.
I stop want not.
so he's eating it.
Can I have this bib, please?
I've got a picture of him.
What, because it was like a free works dinner, so he knew he wasn't going to have to pay for it, so he cut 2 dinners.
And he wore the cracker hat, the cracker cow.
Yeah, but
cracker
see,
crown.
I'm
But
just
we had to
gonna
glue 2 together for it.
if you could just turn that quick thinking and use it to make some money at work, how cool would that be?
Yeah. Yeah.
Might have to edit that bit out.
But yeah, so he's a little rascal. But yeah, he does loads of things like that, and that wasn't the end of it. Because drinks would come to his end of the table, gone. Then dinner would turn up, gone. It's his dinner gone. He's inhaled, gone.
Do you know what was funny though? When we just because obviously it was all paid per head. We got to the end of the meal. We sort of went, right, we've got enough money left in the pot to get a round of drinks in.
Yeah.
So we went round the table like, who wants what? And I'd had a bit of a shambles of a night, to be honest. I sat there, I was like, I might as well just drink myself into oblivion now. So I went, I'll have a Jaeger bomb. Ian sees this tray of drinks turn up at the end of the table, knows full well he hasn't ordered a Jaeger bomb. Oh, no one's claimed this one. Boom. Oh. And I'm sitting there like, has everyone got their drinks yet? And Ian goes, what did you order? So I went, Jaeger bomb. He went, oh, I've just had one of them. I was like,
oh,
yeah, it was probably my one.
Oh, he's amazing. We went out to the pub. There's a group of about 6 or 7 of us. He went to the bar, ordered a tray of Jaeger bombs. We thought, oh great, he's bought us all drinks. No, they were for him. Bang, 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 bang. I think about 3 or 4 of them he didn't drink, and there was about 4, 6, 8. There's just a big circle, and he'd done it. He was still standing and went up to that clubbing after. I was like, mate, he's a big boy and he can take the punishment. Always in one.
He doesn't have to get himself into situations when he's had a drink though.
Oh, he does, yeah. Oh, there's so many videos.
Oh, some of them are so funny.
Like him when he did an arm, he did the people's elbow, like the Rock move from WWE onto a picnic table.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, that's good.
I'm really filming a fight in the pub and he ends up getting punched in the head.
I know. I was trying to save that. I was trying to save that for when he was on. I was trying my best not to get that one out there, but that was epic. He was videoing a fight brawl in Billericay.
Really?
And the guy was being ushered out, and the guy's clocked in as he's filming, and he basically proceeded to say, "What are you filming, you fat?" And gone bang. But where he's so big, and his head's really big. It's almost like it hurt.
It's like punching the door of a vault.
It I can bet your bollocks to a barn dance. It hurt the bloke's hand more than it hurt Ian. Especially following up with who threw that rock. You lot are in such a treat when we get him on. It's going to be epic. It's going to be epic.
Such a treat.
But anyway, I think we might have to wind it up. Wind it down, shall we? Pull the plug.
A full 90 minutes has gone by.
Shower the horse. But it's been a wonderful evening. It's been lovely having David on.
Now, do we shake hands at the end, or we coronavirus him, elbow touching?
Elbow touching, my hands clammy.
We take a shirts and kiss.
Okay.
Good luck in the shower!
But yeah, so it's been a very, very emotional evening about Ricky, but he will be back next week if he stops playing netball.
Netball.
Yeah, or reshoeing his horse.
Okay.
Reshoeing his horse.
But yeah, if you haven't already...
Trying to figure out where he can tie up his car.
That's why he sees horses as pets. He has a fleet of them.
Yeah.
Not just horse, they're water transport. He turns into a Russian Cossack. Anyway, he looks like one. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. Support the channel if you like us, obviously. This is where everyone clicks thumbs down. We're like the most disliked channel. Also, before I write it down, big shout out to Dean. You know who you are. So thank you for Dean for watching as well. Click like and subscribe, everyone. Start plugging the merch soon. But it was good to see you today, Dean. I'm sure I'll catch you next week. But other than that, I'm done. Thank you, Dave, for coming on.
You're most welcome.
Providing the alcohol that's got me inebriated, and Chris is still sober.
Thanks for letting us have you.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel slightly violated now.
Saying that like it's my fault, like it's my flat as well.
We share. We might do. Never know. Right, anyway, see you later. Take care. All the best. Ciao for now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Australia.